Hello and welcome back to another video for Final Fantasy XIV. Today I wanted to look at a piece of news, and well, not really news, but it's just something that got announced and obviously coinciding with the new patch that launched today, but also a bit of a discussion because I want to know what you think about something. So, as you can see, we're looking at the lodestone for the Crystalline Conflict Season 7 results, revealed today as Season 8 commences. Now, Season 8, obviously, we're talking seasons here. For those who don't know, seasons are the word for ranked, and series is the other stuff, the things with like rewards and mounts. So we're not talking about series today, okay? There isn't another series, and the series isn't ending until 6.5. So this is all basically info to do with the season. So we're talking mostly about the rewards today. So as you can see, one of the latest things they did is they made it so that you can get these glowy variations of the Hellhound weapons. So if you're not familiar, you could basically get the Hellhound weaponry with the collars, and you can get the collars with exchanging your trophy crystals, which you can get from Crystalline Conflict. Now, one of the things that I personally liked with the innovation of the series PvP is that a lot of those rewards were put into that. Okay, so new rewards are earned through doing any PvP during a series. For the ranking, though, a lot of stuff was cut back. Okay, so the rewards usually were, obviously, you would have a really kind of fancy looking portrait because you'd have all of those frames and stuff that were limited to the top 100 players and things like that. Okay, so that was kind of like the sign of this person does a lot of PvP, they're good at what they do. Well, kind of, I suppose, or they're lucky with the win-loss ratio sort of thing to be on those top rankings. Okay, it still takes a lot of effort. I'm not decrying that at all, far from it, even though there is still obviously still a fair bit of accusations abound of win trading and things like that, even though a lot of people say that's virtually impossible now. I disagree after watching various YouTube videos on this, which I will try and link one of those in the description of this video so you can go and judge for yourself. But people more knowledgeable on this will probably enlighten you more than I will. So essentially, when it comes to the rewards themselves, do you think that returning to a physical item as a reward rather than just having portraits is the direction that you would like for ranked PvP to go? Do you as a person, if you play a lot of ranked PvP, and this is from both sides of the table, right? For people who don't do ranked PvP at all or rank very low like myself, as well as people on the other side of the table who, rank top 100 in the world, what would you like to be as a reward? Do you think it's more of an incentive for people to do ranked PvP to have a bigger, juicier reward? And do you think that there should be mounts like there were for the Feast? Or would you prefer it to go down the direction of just cosmetic things, purely cosmetic things like adventurer plates and things like that? With the return to physical items, as you could say, with glowy weapons, is it enough to keep people interested? Is it enough to be an exclusive reward? Obviously, having a glowy version of a weapon that now everybody can essentially get with wolf collars, right? Just having that glow, is that enough to keep people interested, or does there need to be more things added to that? Do people want to see a return to mounts and minions even and things like that, or would it be best if they kept it as minimal as possible? Personally, I'm kind of split between this because when it came to the Feast, I think there were far too many rewards that were win traded for. Back in the Feast, it was a lot easier. You can't deny that. A lot of the outcome was the top few places were essentially paid for through various websites. There's all sorts of RMT, things like this. Whenever there is competition and challenge, people will obviously take the path of least resistance. Not everybody, okay, but there are various amounts of people who will go and do that, and there are people who will play your account or pilot your account, and they will try to queue at odd times and try to do this whole win trading thing, where if they're on like a certain team, they will deliberately not play the game or make it appear that they are playing the game but not using their full rotations. We've all seen this, or if you haven't, you probably haven't done enough PvP to see it. But is it better this is my argument. Is it better to have less rewards in ranked PvP so that the caliber of the ranked PvP is just people who want to be there, who want those, you know, top 100 spots? Maybe just an adventurer plate is all that is necessary. Or would you prefer it to bring more people into the ranked scene and have those big tangible rewards like mounts again? I'm perfectly fine viewing it on both angles, but my personal opinion would be that you shouldn't necessarily need to have those big chunky rewards added to ranked to just, you know, to pull you into that. The incentive itself should be the challenge, right? The getting into that top 100. But that's just my own personal opinion, and I know a lot of people are going to have varied opinions on this, so I thought I'd open it up and also do this video talking about the Lodestone article and the start today of the next season, Season 8, because it seems to me that this is something that Square Enix isn't perfectly sure of the direction they want to go either. They've certainly made the conscious decision to go, let's go on the whole, oh, it's just going to be adventure plates and stuff, and they've listened to the feedback that opening up PvP as a whole is more important than just the ranking side. I think series PvP has been a really positive experience because it has brought people like myself who would normally never do PvP to actually go and do the PvP, even if it's just for the rewards. I ended up enjoying Crystalline Conflict along the way. I got attached to content I normally wouldn't. And I think that has been more successful to bring people into PvP and maybe even to, well, I might as well queue for ranked because, you know, ranked and casual queues are basically the same. You're going to get the same kind of caliber of people at bronze all the way through. Probably, you know, I've seen the same sort of caliber of people into platinum. That's as far as I've been, you know, with my casual approach to PvP. But I've seen the same caliber of people, or if in fact I've seen higher caliber of people in the casual matches. So I always, whenever there's a new season, I always try to do ranked, because there's no point in not. I might as well just work towards a portrait frame and stuff like that. There's no love lost to me, you know. The queues are always higher, obviously, at the start of the new season for ranked. But, you know, the casual queues last throughout. I think that the carrot on the stick is a big incentive, but does the ranked need it? I don't know. And is the glowy weapon something that people actually want? I don't know. Maybe they do, but it's a weapon you can already get. If it was a completely different weapon, I suppose we would be going back to the whole way it was before. So I'm kind of asking you, what would you like to see in the future of ranked PvP? Would you like all of the cosmetic things of tangible value, like mounts and minions perhaps, and you know, stuff like emotes? Do you want that still to be in series only, which is what I'm personally leaning towards after seeing how things have shaped up this past year or so? Or would you prefer if they went back to a system that brought more people into those top 100? However, just remember that if there are more incentives for people to get those top 100 spaces, it does incur the dreaded reality that somebody will try and find the path of the least resistance, and you might see the, you know, increase in the amount of people who are willing to do, you know, things against the terms of service, account sharing, piloting, other various methods to you know, to get those places. I don't know. I think PvP is in an interesting spot. In terms of an esport, I'm not sure if it has realized that. The regionals have happened obviously at FanFest North America. We've got the, you know, the finals for that coming up in Europe, which I'm sure will be interesting to watch. I'm really interested to see the comparison, because last time I went to FanFest and there was the Feast tournament. This was at FanFest Paris in EU, like a few years ago before COVID. Essentially, whenever the PvP came on the stage for the Feast, a lot of people used that opportunity to leave the seats completely empty and go and buy merch and go and do the other things, which is totally fine. But I want to know, for people who went to FanFest North America, was there a significant increase in the amount of people in the crowd, or did people also do the same? I don't know. Hopefully Crystalline Conflict has answered, you know, the missing link into PvP, and it works. But there are still people who prefer Feast. I'm not one of them, but you might be. Anyway, let me know. I'm really interested. But at the same time, make sure that if you want to get some of the new season rewards, Season 8 has started. Definitely go and do it. It is worth doing a bit of PvP. I'm enjoying PvP personally, which is something I never thought I would fully admit to if you asked me a couple of years ago, because I used to detest it. But obviously Season 8 is scheduled to run until the release of 6.51, which is obviously because of the... they're not going to change many things before the finals at London FanFest, and then they'll patch. The major patch will be just after that, and 6.51 will be the end of that. But yeah, let me know. I'm interested. Have a good one, and I'll see you all next time. I'm sure the comments will be very interesting, actually, on this one. I might make a follow-up video based on your replies as well. Have a good one. Have a good day. Bye-bye.